Hi, I'm Joe Jordan, and today what I want to talk to you about is when business becomes personal. A lot of the discussions I have talk about our impact on our clients, the fact that people can die too soon, they can live too long, and they can get sick and disabled. But you know what? Those risks are the very same risks we experience, those people who are in the business. And I'm about to tell you a magnificent story. It's a great one. In 1954, there was a sales rep from John Hancock named Ira Horowitz. Ira Horowitz sold a man by the name of Julius Steinberg. Julius Steinberg was a blue-collar worker, and he believed that he had a responsibility to his family, and he bought a $20,000 policy. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot today, but you got to understand, back then, mortgages were like $3,000. And on the night before his son's bar mitzvah, he died. This story was being related to me by Art Steinberg, the other son, not the one who was having his bar mitzvah. And he talked about the fact that his dad died. But you know what he did? He credited the fact that having this policy and the proceeds allowed them to stay in their own world, provided support so he had the ability to go to college. He credits the ability of him to meet his current wife, everything in life towards the fact that this was enforced. And on top of that, he wound up getting into the business. This was a great story, and I liked it, but he just seemed very detached and melancholy about presenting it, and I couldn't figure it out why. What I found out later was that his son had died some time ago from leukemia. And having heard that, I went and I talked to him about it, and apparently they had life insurance on his life. And the life insurance proceeds, him and his wife got together and decided that what they were going to do was they were going to create a scholarship in his alma mater. The selection of it they gave to the college to do, and the first person who got it was a woman by the name of Fiona Cobb. Fiona Cobb was one of 11 in a Marine Corps family. Catch this Cobb family, 4 biological children. They adopted 3, and then an orphanage came by and said, you know, we got a couple of kids and they seem to be problematic. Would you please take care of them for a couple of weeks? It turned into 4 years, and they finally adopted them. So that's the type of people they were. And wasn't it a remarkable miracle, okay, that this life insurance policy was able to provide the proceeds, okay, for Fiona Cobb, that the Cobb family was not burdened with her tuition. Now, what I'm talking about is what our business is all about, okay, is where I talked about peace of mind, independence, dignity, and finally legacy. And sometimes we scoff over legacy, but you know, we've done the research, and guess what, folks? Everyone dies. No one gets out alive here, okay? But imagine, this guy sold a policy in 1954 to Julius. Art was able to maintain his life. His son dies, and then Fiona Cobb has a tuition taken care of. And you know what I did? I went on the stage at LAMP. This is 2009, and I had the people in the audience, and I brought them up, the Steinbergs, Fiona Cobb, and the Cobbs. And I have to tell you, the audience went nuts. Absolutely nuts. See, that's the problem. We can't always see the impact that we have on others. This is through generations. You got that? There's no other profession that does that. Look, you know, doctors sometimes deal with the extension of life, but we deal with the quality and dignity of life. This guy, Ira Horowitz, has been dead for a long time, and everyone knows what he was. It was a fabulous meeting in '09, and I really reveled in it. But you know what? I thought it was over. It wasn't. In 2012, I'm giving a speech at Emeritus, and what happens is I have this couple that come up to me, and they're in tears. They were in the audience in '09 when I gave this speech, and they saw the people up on the stage, and their daughter was killed in a car accident too. As a result of seeing that, what they did is they decided for the life insurance proceeds on their daughter, Adriana. These are the McBrides, okay, David and Kathy McBride. What they did was they set up 2 scholarships. One for the English department, because that's what she was, but one for kids who are parts of families that never been to college before. And they did that. And you know what? There's been a total of about 8 kids that have been fully educated, and I'm talking to you in 2014. Think about a profession that does this, that goes through generations. Ira Horowitz sold Julius Steinberg. The policy on his life protected Art Steinberg to give him the lifestyle that he has today. when unfortunately his son died. The proceeds paid the tuition for this woman, Fiona Cobb, and then exhibiting this generational impact to the industry. There's another couple in there, the McBrides. They set up 2 more scholarships. A total of about 8 children have been educated as a result of this thing that Ira Horowitz did in 1954. Name the profession that could do that. Here's the issue. Did Ira Horowitz have any idea of what he did? Let's face reality. He probably said, I validated my contract and I get to go to Cape May for Leaders Conference. That's the point I'm trying to get across. That's the impact we have, you know? In life, it's not what you get, it's what you become. And Ira Horowitz is a hero. But you know what? He's transcendent. Every time you go out and talk to people, you have the ability to engender that people from beyond the grave, even when you're gone, will know what impact that you had with people. And so it boils down to what really matters, you know? And what will matter is not what you bought, but what you built. What will matter is not what you got, but what you gave. What will matter is not your success, but your significance. What will matter is every act of kindness and or sacrifice that enabled and empowered others to emulate your example. What will matter is not your competence, but your character. What will matter is not the number of people you knew, but the number of people who have a lasting fear of loss when you're gone. What will matter in the end is how long you're remembered, by whom and for what. Living a significant life that impacts others is not something that happens by accident. It's a choice. And I'm asking you to make a choice like that, because those are the types of things that you can bring to bear. And that's his gift to you, to give yourself a window to what potentially could be happening and the number of lives that you will affect beyond even your own lifestyle. You know, there's a guy by the name of Reinhold Niebuhr, and he is a philosopher, and let me tell you what he says. He says, nothing that we do that's worthwhile, listen to this, nothing we do that's worthwhile can be accomplished in one lifetime. Therefore, we must be saved by hope. Nothing that is real, true, or beautiful can be fully comprehended in the context of current history. Therefore, we must be saved by faith. And finally, nothing we do, no matter how noble, can be accomplished alone. Therefore, we must be saved by love. Hope, faith, and love is really what I think our business is all about. And I just want to make sure we begin to understand our impact on others, celebrate that impact, give yourself the courage to know how important you're needed, and that should help you, give you the courage to continue to do in this business. And the beauty of it is, you not only get fulfilled, you can also get enriched.